We are back with another review with your boy, Prometheus the Collector, and I'm sorry I've been away for so long, but I'm back. I've just been busy with a lot of work trying to get things done, and I've been holding a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to show you guys off, and I promise I'll be back, and I'll be bringing out a lot more videos. I'm going to start staying more consistent, but life happens, chores, and things that we have to do to make everything possible for our families, but that's just life in general. But let's get into this review. I'm back, and I'm back for good. Well, for a while. But I'm not going to take a long layoff like that again. So let's get into something what I love doing, and that's showing you guys action figures. So this is actually my son's. He picked this up, and it's great. I mean, it really is great, and he's asked me to do a review, so we share our collectibles, and they're kind of all of ours, but he has his and I have mine's, and once in a while I might use his for a quick review. So I'm going to get into it, and we're going to get into the articulation first, because I got a lot more to cover with this figure and a lot of other figures that I would like to do videos of so I can put them up before the weekend. But I do have another review that I'm going to do, most likely probably after this one. If not, I'll have it done and up by sometime tomorrow, and I think you guys know what that is. Big exclusive that I got lucky to get, and I will show you guys that review, but it is a lot to cover with that, so I figure I'll do this one first because I've had this for a while and I've been wanting to get this review out, but I told you I got busy doing other things, and sometimes I don't always have the freedom to go and do my reviews. But like I said, I'm getting back to business, and it starts with this one, and we're going to get into it right now. We're going to talk about the great Saiyanman, aka Gohan, and I believe the Majin Buu season, he decided he wanted to turn into a superhero, which is, it was kind of goofy and silly, but it was also awesome because his father is basically a superhuman type alien, and he has all the extraordinary great powers that he was able to pass down to this young man this young man Gohan, as him growing up and turning into a teenager. I think this is when he was in college. He was going into college, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he was in high school or college, but whenever he turned into Great Saiyaman, it was funny. But I want to say it was in the Majin Buu season. Yeah, it was definitely in the Majin Buu season. But yeah, let's get into it and let's talk Great Saiyaman. And I got his cape off right now, that plastic cape that everybody hates. We all would have prefer a cloth cape, but I can see why they went with the cloth cape. And I'm sorry, I see why they went with a plastic cape instead of a cloth cape, and I'll show you guys in a moment once I go through the articulation. So let's get into that right now. And these actually do swivel around, so if you do want to get the arm up higher, you can. So you can move that part of the gi shoulder pads up so you can get a little bit more range of articulation, which is actually nice, and you can pop those back up. As you see, the head does move, not up all the way, but it does move around pretty well, moves all the way around. But he's got that oh, that does move. Okay, the little tails in the back, that moves around. That's new. I didn't know that, so that's good. So the head does turn all the way around if you do feel to turn the head all the way around, just to show you that it does do that. We got the double jointed arms, so double jointed elbows is always nice. There's a ball joint on the wrist, so you can move that wrist around to get even more action poses. We got double jointed knees, always a plus. Gotta have that in like every action figure made nowadays. And we got some pretty damn good ankle pivot and some weird ball joints. It's like a jagged, I don't even know. It's like a weird angle type ball joint that they put on the foot, and I think that's kind of weird. But it's like, it's not like a straight joint. It's almost like one of those ball joint at a point, or I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's not a straight joint. It's like a newer joint that I'm not familiar with. I don't know if I like it, but it's all right. I guess you just got to get used to it. You got to play around with it to get that foot in those good poses when you're trying to put him in some good action poses. And he also has some toe pivot, which is always nice, and I like to see that more with every single action figure that comes out there, even Marvel Legends. So Also, that leg kicks out really, really nice. So, get him in that cool action poses. And if you notice, this is really cool that they did that, because if you were worried about this having any type of hindering in the articulation for him to kick this way, Tamashii Nation took the time to actually perfect this and make it work by making this a very, very soft plastic, but also making it split where it makes the legs move forward really well to the side, as you just seen. So if you're worried, there you go. There's nothing to worry. It has all of that good articulation, even with this ridiculous gi that he wore in the show. You know, it was funny, but that's Gohan growing up, feeling himself out, turning into a superhero, all of that fun stuff. So let's get into the rest of the stuff, because there's quite a few things to cover with this. So next, we'll get into the, might as well get into the heads, right? I like this head. It's probably one of my favorite heads that's on there. Do-rag, sunglasses, looking cool, screaming at somebody or yelling over at some shorty or whatnot. I don't know. I like it. It's fun. It's funny that he did that. But yeah, let's pop this head off and start testing out these other domes. And yeah, there, sit there. Don't move. Now these, my son was saying, there are very, very painful to put on, and the reason why is because Dragon Ball Z characters have this spiky hair. As you see, it's very spiky. That's just the design of the animation of the characters. But it does have a very fine point that you probably could prickle yourself and bleed from putting enough pressure onto these spikes. So the best way I recommend to do it is kind of like lining it up to the peg hole and kind of like finding the groove. And there you go. You just snap that headpiece on, and it came on pretty darn well. And obviously, you see this one right here. It comes with a Super Saiyan head, probably Super Saiyan 2. And this is something that I liked a lot about this Great Saiyaman that I noticed that you do not give us with any other Dragon Ball Z figure out of that line, is the fact that they gave us 3 swappable heads, plus 1 faceplate, and I'll get to that in a moment. But they gave us 3. Not only they gave us a Super Saiyan head, they gave us a power down head with this, and he gave us all of the accurate heads that he wore, or basically had all of the accurate looks that he did in that season of Dragon Ball Z when he was going around portraying as a superhero, calling himself the Great Saiyaman. But normally you wouldn't expect something like that, because they don't do that. And this is something that I would like to see Tamashii Nation do a lot more of down the line with more of the Dragon Ball Z figures, especially a Goku and Vegeta. We get so many of them, and then when you give us just a Super Saiyan head, or you guys will give us the new Dragon Ball Super, you'll give us a blue, maybe a Super Saiyan God head, or we'll just get just Super Saiyan God and just a Super Saiyan blue head, and no power effects. Well, he doesn't come with any power effects, but the fact that they gave us 3 heads makes up for all of that, and a lot more accessories that it also came with to make up with that. And if you see all of the hands, it comes with these classic blaster hands where he's like throwing the hands out for a blast move. Comes with one of those. Comes with the karate grip hand, getting ready to get into that karate motion. So letting them know that the combat is about to get busy real quick. Another karate gripping hand it comes with. It looks like it comes with like a waving hand. I'm gonna say this is a saluting type waving hand, but more of a waving hand. I feel like this hand right here is more of a salute or flight posing hands. I never even thought of that. Those are more like flight posing hands. They gave you a few of them. And also this one right here is the watch. So if you're curious on how this pops on, I'll do it real quick while we're all here watching, and just carefully kind of apply just enough pressure. Oh, there it is. And it snaps off just that easy. A little hard, but it is not as hard as you think it is. And putting it on is not as hard as I thought it would have been. And then you pop that off, And they did all of this just to have him with the watch, which I don't know why. I don't know who cares with it on or off. Very shocked that they even went out of their way to give us an actual full forearm just to replace if you did not like it with the watch, which once again, another likable option that Tamashii Nation gave us. And it's like, okay, more of this, please. Do that all the time. And before I finish with this, I'm going to show you the cape and how to put it on real quick, that annoying cape. And also, this is another crazy thing. They gave us, yeah, you see it. This is a replaceable antennas just in case if you pop those antennas off, which I'll show you in a moment. But before I finish this review and wrap it up, we're going to show you how this cape pops on. And see that piece right there? That's to make it look seamless, like he doesn't have a back piece that needs to have something plugged in it. So we'll put that to the side. And I found the easiest way to do this is actually put this piece of the cape on where it kind of supposedly like latches onto his chest like that. See it? Oh, slipped off. Do that again. See it? Pegged in. Found it in the groove. Kind of point this up. I think that's the easiest way, and kind of just go straight into the back. And voila, it's done. You got it. And it does have articulation into this cape, and I think that's the reason why they decided to go with probably a hard plastic cape instead of a cloth cape. Probably would have been a little bit more difficult to take off the way. But I don't think so. If you would actually insert like magnets and then snapped it off, it would have been able to, it would have been done. It could have been done. They just choose not to. I guess this is a much easier route. Whatever. It still looks good though. And the fact that it does have articulation in the back, so if you do want to make it look like he's flowing in the wind, you can make it go side to side. It has articulation into the cape, so I guess that is okay. That's pretty cool. So before I wrap this video up, one last head I do want to go over is the classic Great Saiyaman helmet. And it has a yelling face, so if you want to learn how to take out the faceplate, you might want to watch this very carefully. You don't want to just force it out through the mouth. You want to kind of go to the side of these two balls. And this is a very detailed head, if you see. See if I can get the focus. See? And it does have like a nice shiny gloss finish to it. So they really put a lot. Somebody over there really likes Great Saiyaman because he put a lot of detail. He gave you a lot of accessories with this. Somebody was just fiending to do a Great Saiyaman, but I'm going to show you how to do that face plate swap because there's only one face plate swap you can do with this. So you take it off through the ears like that. Boop, pop off. That's the easiest way. I think that's the only way. You can try to force it, but this piece is going to come along with it anyways. And then you take that face plate out. Easy like that. And then you see it, you find it, and you line it up with those two pegs. And you push it in. That's simple. So you got that little RoboCop head look. So there you go. Great Saiyaman. Let's actually pop that Great Saiyaman head on. Jeez, these things are not easy to take off and on. Just dropped the faceplate, but whatever. No, that snaps in real easy. So if you're curious, the Great Saiyaman helmet snaps on the easiest out of all of the heads. The other ones you kind of got to put a little force pressure to it. So, all right, let's get into size comparison. And let's wrap this video up. So we're going to put him next to his uncle. Not really, but his other Saiyan race friend or foe, Vegeta. We're going to put Gogeta. He lines up with him pretty well. About the same. I think Gogeta's a little A little taller than Gohan right there. Not gonna lie, he's a little taller. Not even just because of the head. I think he's just a little bit taller, which is kind of accurate. I'm gonna put Saitama, and he has like the worst type of cloth cape out of all of them. I mean, not even cloth cape, plastic, hard plastic cape, because it has this weird peg on the back. But Saitama is a Figma, and kind of gets up there. He's sort of his height. Sort of his height, just a little bit. I would like to get a cloth, but there's so many custom cloth capes out there that get made by these guys, so I'm sure you'll be able to find one to get a cloth cape swapped out. And it should be pretty easy with Gohan. But yeah, I understand the plastic capes are not fun. So yeah, Saitama's got the worst type of plastic cape. So let's get these out of here. And I think I will match up one more to that. And I think it will be a Mezco. And I think I'm going to match up my Fun Gomez next to him to see how he looks. And Gomez is clearly much taller than Gohan. Even though Gohan seems like he's tall, honestly not that tall. But yeah, there you have it. Super Saiyan Gohan, or I'm sorry, Super Saiyan Man, aka Gohan, the legendary Super Saiyan Man. Like I said, there you have it. I gave you your review, and there'll be many more to come, and I will be dropping my big 50 subscriber giveaway very soon, and showing you the cool giveaway prizes that I will be giving away. But we just gotta like and subscribe. That's it. So more of that, and then I will be revealing that regardless. I won't wait until I get to 50 subscribers, but I will reveal them just to show you what's gonna be for grabs when we get to that point. But I will be doing my other review, which is, I can't wait to get to it, is the Stealth Ops New York Comic Con exclusive Gomez. So yeah, I'll have that up by probably either tonight or tomorrow. You can be expecting that video. So I'm all done here. I'm out. More work to do. Got to get to the next one. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Your boy Prometheus. Peace. Enjoy life, love life, and have a good one.